Hi, it's Maria from the Tarot Shop here, and as you can see, we're going to take a look at a brand new deck called the Land of Giants Oracle deck. This is my first time seeing it. I have actually obviously removed the cellophane, but it's a US Games deck, and it is by Steven Hutton. So basically, Whitworth Hall in northern England is now inhabited by the small folk who took over the estate and renamed it Lockhart. So this is an imaginary world. The tiny fairies and mystical creatures share their adventures in this 42 card oracle deck. So let's have a look, see what Stephen has produced here. So it's a flip magnetic, very handy little box actually. Size wise, they're on the larger size, as you can see. They are really nice, very smooth. They do glide beautifully, which is always very nice for an oracle deck. Okay, so before we have a look, we've got a little book that comes with it. What does it say here? So the background, it remains, I'm not quite sure if this is an imaginary world or, looks, it must be. Okay, so then we have the cards and you go straight into them. So what is their name? These aren't illustrated pages, well, there's a couple of illustrations, but they are, you've got the name of the card and the reverse meaning. So you can do reversals as well if you shuffle your cards like that. So A to Z, which is always very handy because it makes it easier to find the card meaning. You obviously need the deck, need the book in order to be able to read the deck. And we've got spreads here. 1, 2, 3. So some spreads as well. What a lovely little deck. So let's have a look. Okay, so we have the first card is animate. I guess that's bringing things to life, isn't it? Yeah, look at this, you must be careful because the dragon's very much alive but asleep. Do these speak to you? They're a lovely muted colour. Blockage. They're very cleverly, I can't quite work out if they're pulling it in or it looks like they're pulling it out, doesn't it? And a lion's jaw is hanging on to it, so makes it difficult to move on. So they appear to be in a house, don't they? It's almost like the little people. Completeness, so the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle. Cooperation. Dream tree, aren't these lovely? Oh, forget me not. I really like these. I think that you need the book. I mean, these do actually speak to you, to be honest with you. You could pretty much meditate on a card here and you would get the meaning, because the illustrations, as they do with the tarot, you know, with the Rider-Waite tarot, is the card tells you really what it means. You can see that this is independence. I'm going to gather all of my things and go off on my own, make my own way in the world. Lady Silk. So these are always quite good when you want to, you know, you're going through a period of time in your life where actually you just feel that it would be really nice to have a daily card pull. And if there's something you just can't, you know, very often we're so embroiled in the situations in our lives that we can't see things from an objective point of view. And that's when cards, especially oracle cards, are good. And obviously there's a spread that he recommends there as well. Beautifully illustrated, aren't they? Rough and ready. They're cute. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yearning. Yellow dragon and yourself. So I'm guessing that's be yourself. Let's just quickly imagine that we've shuffled. We're going to pick a card. We've got independence. So let's see what that says in the book. Independence is a card that we've landed on. Okay, independence. So Lockhart's magical influence touches all things bestowing and devolving. Going it alone and taking responsibility is the message here. Occasionally asking for help doesn't compromise independence. So be prepared to admit when you've turned down a blind alley. The path ahead is uncharted, so mistakes should be seen as lessons. Any prepared plan must be fluid enough to change with little notice. Expectations and outcomes will vary wildly, so have hopes but do not make them too rigid. This card's most likely real-life equivalents are relocation to a new area, the ending of a partnership in favour of a solo venture, or establishing a new business. It feels very like a Fool card, doesn't it? And an Ace. Okay, so then if you have it reversed, if it comes upside down, because obviously that bears, you know, how you shuffle them, doesn't it? Although leaving the box of spare parts behind, the little robot remains sure of his roots. Its independence doesn't necessitate a severance of the past, but instead makes valuable touchstones of these former things. So, you know, I wouldn't read the reverse, but it depends how you shuffle them, to be honest. And you have got a very clear understanding there of what the card means. So these are the Land of the Giants. What did I do with that lovely box? There it is. The Land of the Giants Oracle Deck by Steven Hutton. Okay, so I hope that you've liked that, and thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.